All right. Welcome back, my friends. Welcome back. I am Omar Krieg. Olaf is off, of course, because he's never here for these live broadcast events. I am, as I mentioned, Omar Krieg. This is the Grayland Trios 3025 season preliminaries match number 2. Sian Spirits hosting the Rock City Wolverines. So let's take a quick moment to talk about these two teams before we get started. We've got the Sian Spirits hosting. They're the home team, so I'll be playing as them, and I'll be going against my one-time underdog favorites. Let's talk about the Spirits before we talk about the Wolverines. Spirits are currently ranked at the end of the regular season, ranked number 9 of 10 teams. They went 3 wins and 6 losses for the season. Really had a tough time finding their place. Lost a number of good players along the way. Currently, Matashov is the only one of the original crew for the season. And in fact, I think, without going back to look, I think Matashov actually joined the team kind of early in the season. He's managed to progress quite far as skills and whatnot go. But overall, the team has just really had a tough time this season keeping up with their peers. Now let's talk about the Rock City Wolverines. They went 1 win, 8 losses this season, and this was their first season in the league. So they had already a tough time coming in late in the game, as it were. They just could not find any sort of footing. They put up some points here and there, but they just could not stand up to any team. They had a chance when they played the American Industrialists during the Commanders round, week 6, if I'm not mistaken. They had a chance to win, but they lost sight of the main goal. They killed the enemy commander mech, the American Industrialist commander mech, but forgot that they still had to finish at least that round. In which case, during that fight, that same round, both commanders ended up being taken out, and the American Industrialists won on points alone, much to the Wolverines' chagrin, of course. But they did finish number 8. So they actually finished 1 place higher than the Sian Spirits, despite the fact that they only had 1 win this entire season. And let's be honest, that 1 win they got was simply because the opposing team just didn't give a shit. Look at that, 236 before I dropped the big word. At any rate, what we're looking at here tonight is the Sian Spirits fighting the Rock City Wolverines, both teams attempting to get into the playoffs proper. As I mentioned in the previous video, this is still only the postseason, not the actual playoffs. Some games call it a wild card, some games call it a preliminaries. Whatever term you prefer, that's what we're going with. This is just a preliminary round. 4 teams at the bottom of the leaderboard contending to get into the last 2 slots for an 8-team single elimination tournament, which will be starting here, with any luck, next week sometime. Because, of course, once this match is over, we need to do something of a preliminary round recap and then start scheduling the next round of matches for the quarterfinals. As we've seen, the Dover Crows took on the Romoran opposition. If you haven't seen that video already, now would be a good time to watch it, especially if you're watching this stream live. Well, don't watch it now, because that means you're not watching the stream. At any rate, I digress. Let's get into it. I've already added the 1 free point of training to both teams for each of their pilots and technicians. So let me pull up my notes so we can get into the rest of the sequence, which the first thing will be the midweek event. Now, granted, when the screen is set up, you can't see the rolls, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. I'm not playing favorites here, even though I kind of like the Wolverines more than I do the Spirits. So starting off, we have the Spirits. They are going to do a recruiting roll. They have a 2d6, but they also have a +4 recruit MWE sponsorship. I don't remember exactly why I was looking for another recruit. I think, actually, let's pull up their roster real quick. I think they were short somebody. I think they were short a pilot or a tech or something. Let me see, how many mechs do I have? No, I think they were just recruiting for the sake of recruiting. Nope. 6 techs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mechs. Oh, one of these techs has been drafted. Let's see. C, Mura, Rayburn, Brera, Ningen, Shun. Yeah, a couple of these guys aren't even here. Garvin's gone. I think that was drafted last week or the week prior, and I just never updated this side of the rosters. So yeah, so they're trying to get somebody in to replace them. So they have a 2d6 roll. They get a +4 modifier for a total of 12. I just rolled an 8. And that will give them actually, let's see, on a roll of 12, they get a they get a pilot and a technician. We're going to just skip the pilot. I don't think we need any pilots. Let me double check. Pilots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you know what? We'll take Jesus. We'll take a pilot and a tech. So for the first couple rolls, I got to do some 1d6 rolls here for their pilot. Paste. Ooh, they got a veteran pilot. Okay. Spirits. So that would be a 3/4 with 2 edge, no tactics, and 2 experience points. And then for their tech, they are going to get, wow, another 6. Holy crap. Veteran tech. Go ahead and add a roll in here. Two edge, and how much experience points do they start with? They're going to start with 3 experience points. Okay. Well, that takes care of that. That was quick and easy. That actually turned out really well for them. All right, for the Wolverines, they have elected to do some marketing, so a 2d6 for a total of 6, which is no result. Unfortunate for them. We have 2 teams that are NPC teams, so gathering intelligence doesn't matter. We'll go ahead and move on. Let's talk about what they're bringing to the field now. Let me get my notes out of the way. So, coming up here, we've got Matashov driving his Cataphract, Gabagat in the Thunderbolt 5S, and Phasal in the Firestarter. 2 heavies and a light, going against 2 Warhammer 6Ds and a Jenner from the Wolverines. It looks like, more or less, we've got a fairly even match. 5,700 to 5,500 battle value. I'll have about 200 battle value advantage for the Spirits. But the Wolverines will have about a 5-ton advantage in weight. And about 60 grand, if my math is looking right. 60 grand in C-bill cost. Not that I ever really look at the C-bill cost for what that means for a match. So, Matashov does have an advantage. He has the Weapon Specialist PPC, which there is, of course, a PPC on the Cataphract. So that'll make things interesting for them. On the other hand, those 2 Warhammers also have PPCs, if I'm not mistaken, 2 each. Let me double check that. Sometimes get some of the some of the variants confused. View, that's what I want. So they have 2 PPCs each, so it's outnumbered grossly, 4-1 in PPCs. But the Thunderbolt can carry some weight and firepower as well. The Firestarter is a little stocky compared to the Jenner, but the Jenner does have a bit more mobility. We're looking at like 6'9", 6 for the Firestarter versus the 7'11", 7 for the Jenner. So things will be a little touch and go there, but I think overall this is going to be an interesting match. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me double check the map settings. 21 by 21 generated. No options should be any different. Actually, let's double check that. Let's load. Oh, you know what? If I load the wrong one, well, we'll find out real fast. Actually, I can find out real quick. All right, we got the right one loaded. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So the bot will be taking over for the Wolverines. They'll be starting on the north side of the map. I will be running the Sian Spirits from the south side of the map. All right, initiative doesn't really matter so much during deployment. Let's go ahead and get down in here. Let's see, we got the Cataphract coming up. We got some open ground. So this is going to be a lot of heavy shots going back and forth. This match could be done and over relatively quick. Not a lot of room for missed shots. Got some partial cover in some woods. But I think I'm just going to... You know what? I think what I'm going to do... I'm gonna push my heavies right up the right side and see what happens. I better wait on that. Yeah, why not? Oh, I don't want the fire starter. I actually want the fire starter over here. They have deployed all of their forces right in the middle in a nice, neat line. Cute. All right. Away we go. Looks like I have the final mech, but my first two mechs are moving first, including my light mech is the second mech moving overall. Let's see how this goes. Can I go further if I jump? Not really. All right, well, let's go. Let's move as far as we can, I suppose. Of course, the Jenner's coming straight up after the fire starter. Warhammers are sitting behind the woods. This will be interesting for shots. All right. Needing 10s to hit with the mediums. Only got a couple of those. Versus the 4 of the medium lasers on the Jenner. Pretty sure that machine gun's out of range, yep. Alright. Come on, move me. So you need an 8 to hit with the PPC. And a 10 to hit with the AC-10. Those medium lasers are going to miss. But a cataphract, I don't even know if that large laser is going to get all the way out there. 10. And a 10 for the LRM-15. I was playing Mega Mech 49 the other day, and this is going back to the 48s. Almost got me a little perturbed. Alright, so my fire starter already taking internal damage. That is not good for my team. The Wolverines might actually pull some shit. Alright, Jenner misses all of its shots. Firestarter misses. Cataphract hits the Warhammer number 1. With the PPC, the AC-10 misses. The Thunderbolt firing on the same one hits with a large laser in the center torso, and none of the missiles hit. We've got one moderately damaged Firestarter and a lightly damaged Warhammer in the first round of firing. All the heat is looking good except for the Jenner running up a little bit warm, but sometimes they do that. And look at that, I get all the initiative this round. That's going to be helpful. Alright, so the Warhammers haven't moved a whole lot. I'm just going to rush right at them. Problem with that plan is while the Warhammers have those 2 PPCs, they have a number of shorter range weapons that can be really nasty up close. But my mechs also have some interesting close range stuff. I'm going to do something silly. Well, let me do this. But the damage trade-off isn't much. So let's do this. Not that. This. Eating an 8. Nope. Right, well, let's do this then. Alright. Might be able to take care of that Jenner. We'll see here in a moment. Alright. I'm going to fire on this Warhammer this time. Oh, no. Hold on. Fire the large laser. Alarm 15. Pop a SRM2 at him for shits and giggles. And then the cataphract. We're going to go after the same one. Damn it, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Got a little bit of heat left over. 18 and 3 is 21. That's 5 over, but I don't need to worry about... No, let's not get crazy. Yep. And then I am going to put both medium lasers, the flamer, both of them, both machine gun. Oh man, I really want to get warm with this fire starter, but why not? All right, let's see what we do here. Warhammer hitting my Cataphract. Cataphract now taking damage. Warhammer firing at the Cataphract. So both Warhammers firing on the Cataphract. The Jenner must have flipped its arms and fired everything it could without getting super toasty, but missed. Thunderbolt hits Warhammer number 2 with 15 missiles and 2 short-range missiles. And then the Cataphract firing as well. Hits left arm and misses with the AC-10. Hits with the medium laser. Firestarter hits with both machine guns. None of the flamers I was really hoping to hit with. Really try to drive that heat up on that Jenner. Which is unfortunate because now my heat is really high on my Firestarter. And we missed a kick, but we stay standing. Alright, heat is high on my Firestarter. The Jenner is only 1 point behind. Both Warhammers are getting warmed up. And I've got the better end of the initiative. One of the Warhammers will move before I move my last two. 96 to 95 now going into the third round. Let's see. How close do I want to get with the Cataphract? Not too close. It's 3 for the PPC. Yeah, min-range 3. So, let's just go there. We'll go there so we can get the evasion bonus. We'll put the Thunderbolt in the Warhammer's face. Oh, why did you do that? Why did you turn that way, bot? So the Jenner must have jumped and is now facing away from my Firestarter. I'm just going to turn around and move to him, and I'll be punching him shortly. Alright. Warhammer number 1. Automatic hit with the PPC. Automatic hit with the AC-10. Firing my laser. I can't fire that one. We're going to go a little warm here. I want to be able to get all the good hits on this guy. Alright, and then large laser, 2 mediums, SRM2. We're going to get a little toasty, and a machine gun. So we're dumping a lot of fire on Warhammer number 1. And then I'm just going to pour heat on this guy. I can't. I'm really warm. Let's see, that's 3 heat, 6 heat. We'll just do 2 flamers. And then both machine guns. All that a day. Let's see what happens. Alright, Warhammer firing on the Cataphract. Hitting with the PPC, missing with a laser, hitting with another. 2 small lasers also hit. The Jenner firing 3 medium lasers again, 2 of them hitting. And then the Warhammers beating up on the Cataphract. PPC, 2 mediums, hit. Nope, I read that wrong. Warhammer firing on the Cataphract again. Cataphract is taking a lot of hits here. That Warhammer, however, is taking just about every single thing I threw at it. Not a lot of miss. Well, it was an SRM2. 1 of them hits. No internal damage, unfortunately. And then my Firestarter hits with the Flamer, misses with the second, hits with both machine guns. 2 PSRs, but nobody is falling over, and no damages to update on my sheets. We do have a chance for melee. And the Warhammer and the Thunderbolt kick at each other, but only the Thunderbolt is successful. Warhammer is still standing. Heat is getting up for both sides, not both seeds. And the initiative is slipping. The Jenner will be moving last this round. Fortunately for me, oh, no, not fortunately, because my Firestarter is my first mech, the second mech overall. 90 to 89% battle value remaining in favor of the Spirits, going now into round 4. So, I am going to jump my Firestarter as far away as possible. I can't out jump the Jenner though. We've got the number 1 Warhammer is standing fast. The Cataphract, need to move him. We're going to back him off. Hopefully that'll give us a little bit of advantage. I feel like now my Thunderbolt's going to start taking some shit. I don't want to get into a kicking match with both of them. So I'm just going to go get closer to the one we've already been beating on, which is Warhammer number 1. And the Jenner didn't quite make it all the way, and strangely enough, is not facing me directly. That's really weird. My heat is up, so I'm just going to pump a couple of lasers at him. I may not even do that. I think I'm just going to burst. I can't even hit him with the machine guns. We're just going to not fire that guy this time. All right, Cataphract on number 1, firing first the PPC and then the AC-10. That's going to put me at right at 4 overheat. Thunderbolt getting in there now. Heat is running a little high, so I'm not going to fire the large laser. 3 mediums, SRM-2, and 2 machine guns. Maybe I'll crunch through some armor. Oh dear, my Cataphract is getting fucked up. Let's see, Warhammer 1 hits with the PPC. Warhammer 2 hits with both PPCs, destroying an arm. And then damn near crippling the left arm as well. So that, whoa, that Cataphract is now at heavy damage. The Jenner fires 2 lasers and misses. The Cataphract hits with both the PPC and the AC-10. Thunderbolt hitting with basically everything, it looks like. We've got some critical hits on Warhammer number 1. Nothing really juicy. They lost a heat sink and a medium laser and a small laser. All mechs are still standing. No armor remaining on the Warhammer 1's left torso. So let's... Oh man, I'm tempted to punch it twice. What do my numbers look like? 4 and an impossible. And let's go for max damage. Alright. Both mechs connect. Thunderbolt takes 14 damage to the right leg, 15 remaining. Warhammer takes 13 damage to the left leg, 5 armor remaining. Heat is getting really high for the Jenner, so I hope I get to move after him because I really want to roast him with some flamers. But I don't, because the Firestarter is the first mech moving, and I don't get the better end of initiative. Alright, so we're still going to jump here. Let's see. My Thunderbolt is gonna... Ooh, that's an interesting call. I'm gonna back him off. It's both those Warhammers. Well, let's see. Man. I am hurting. I still have my right torso, so I'm gonna move in. And since I don't have the PPC, I don't necessarily have to get... It's not a good position to be in. Okay. I'm gonna come in over here. Alright. Yep. Can't hit with the flamer or the machine guns. All I got is medium lasers, so... I need 11s to hit. Don't think the Firestarter is going to get the Jenner. Excuse me. Alright, let's keep pummeling number 1 here. I get my heat really high on the Thunderbolt, so I hope I don't take an engine hit. No. Let's do that, because then I can punch with my... Oh, I can't kick that mech. Alright, what are we looking at here? Cataphract taking more hits. They are really trying to focus down my Cataphract. Not that I blame them. Let's see. Left torso. I've already got Cataphract up for heavy damage. Firestarter missing, as I expected. Thunderbolt hitting the same one. More damages. More smaller components. And then the Cataphract hits with the AC-10. All mechs are still standing. I only got one arm to punch with. I'm gonna punch with it. And I hit the opponent in the right arm. 15 armor remaining. And the punch from the Warhammer missed. Alright. Heat is still high. Thunderbolt running now at 9 heat. Everybody else is still a little toasty. Cataphract moving first. 72 to 78. I'm actually losing the match right now on battle value. I already forgot what round this is. Cataphract is going to back off again. Nope. Well, we just got a Warhammer kill. Princess has elected to withdraw Warhammer number 1. So now I got to go and look and see who got the final shot. I think the Cataphract did. Let's take a quick look for that. Let's see. Get this out of my way. Physical attacks for the Warhammer. Let me make this move. No, I'm fine. I just gotta look this up really quick. Round 5. Let's see. Physical attacks for Warhammer 2. Nope. So the last one to hit Warhammer 1 was the Cataphract, so that's Matashov. Matashov is going to get kill credit for that. And I've got about a minute to move this guy. So, where do I want to put the Thunderbolt? Actually, you know what? I'm going to put him right there. No. I'm going to put him right here. No, I'm not. Oh, he's only got... Okay. Let's see. I don't know if that probably was not a good move to make with that fire starter. Jenner is entering the fray. Curious. Alright. Love you too, bud. My kid just came home. Let's see. Target 9 and arc. Only on the right arm. Son of a gun. Didn't think I... They got me. They got me real good. Oh, that Warhammer's going to mess up my Thunderbolt now. Because I can't do anything about it. Let's see. Well, they're still going to focus down my Cataphract, so that's going to save me a little bit. Cataphract is really getting messed up. 20 internal structure remaining on the center torso. Cataphract does hit the Jenner. Didn't get any juicy bits like I wanted, but there is only 5 armor remaining on the Jenner's center torso. Thunderbolt does hit with the large laser, the only weapon it could hit with. 12 armor left on that left leg. And I believe I don't get a chance for a physical. I did get kicked. 1 armor left on my Thunderbolt's right leg, but he's still standing. Heat is actually dropping for my team. Heat is still up for the opposing team. 68 to 76. I got to last long enough for that Warhammer to get off the map. And I lost all the initiative. Let's do this. Nope, wrong deck. Yeah, let's do that. And then back this one up to... Okay. All right, Warhammer has made it to the edge of the map. Okay, Thunderbolt. Let's mess this guy up. Actually, I might only be able to run really hot on the Thunderbolt. Not my best choice, but you know, sometimes you do what you got to do to get by, and sometimes you do what you got to do to win. All right, everybody is firing on that second Warhammer. Thunderbolt missing with the PP, or excuse me, Warhammer misses with the PPC. Mediums hit, smalls miss. The Jenner firing on the Thunderbolt, only 2 lasers. Both of them hit. Thunderbolt hits, looks like with everything we threw at him, except the machine guns. Firestarter hits with 2 mediums, and one of 2 machine guns, and then the AC-10. Wow, 9 armor left on that center torso, and the Warhammer falls over. Hollister, the pilot, is okay. Seatbelt check complete. We don't get a chance for melee because they were at range. 9 heat on my Thunderbolt, 6 on the Warhammer, and 7 on the Jenner. And I still don't get the initiative. That's okay. Mostly. Alright, let's see. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. That's the other Warhammer that's withdrawing. And that other Warhammer has fled the map, so that's good for me. Alright, so the battle value is going to shift significantly. Let's see, we got 2 mechs to shoot. Oh, I did that all wrong. Let's see. Actually, skip that. Oh, my cataphract. Man, they're just going after my cataphract. The Jenner did shoot and blow some stuff off of the fire starter. Section destroyed on the fire starter's left arm. Fire starter now at heavy damage. Let's see. Warhammer firing a PPC misses. Medium laser hits. Takes out the cataphract's AC-10. Ultimately, the cataphract loses its left arm, which means it's now armless. Thunderbolt. Hitting the Warhammer in the head, re-rolled with edge, right torso, internal structure, losing a couple of pieces there. Medium laser and a small laser, so let's get that Warhammer up to full damage tally on here. Heavy damage. Cataphract hitting with the AC-10, blowing off the right torso and the arm, and then getting a critical hit on a heat sink. 4 armor left on the Warhammer's center torso. Now we get a chance for the melees. I only do 1, so I'm going to kick. And the kick is successful. Then we have the DFA from the fire starter, which hits. Jenner takes some damage. Jenner is taking internal structure damage. Let's see. Firestarter takes a little bit of damage. Firestarter falls over, though. Pilot takes a hit. Loses a flamer. Oh, no, because a Firestarter is basically just flamers. Otherwise, the mechs are still standing, with the exception of that Firestarter. Heat is up a bit again, going now into round 9. I have 56 battle value remaining. The Wolverines, have 32. So we're down to the last 2 rounds here. And again, as usual, I get initiative for the first couple of rounds, and then I get shit on the rest of the night. My Thunderbolt is moving last, so I guess it's not terrible. Get up. No. I think I'm just going to stay where I am. Actually, no. I want to go up the hill. 2 PSRs at needing a 4, but that's okay. Cataphracts sit tight. You can barely do anything. Warhammer 2 is crippled and withdrawing. So that's 2 Warhammer kills. I believe that the Cataphract got that second kill as well. Let's see. Nope, Thunderbolt kicked the Warhammer. So the Thunderbolt pilot gets kill credit for that. We will let them withdraw, and now, because I'm greedy for points, I'm going to go mess up a Jenner in its face. I think Cataphract is just going to take a breath. Alright, let's see. What can we do here? Oh, So the Jen are continuing to fire on the Cataphract. That was a poor choice to make. Let's see. Did lose the AC-10 on that Cataphract, but at least it's not dead. Firestarter misses. Thunderbolt hits with medium, taking out one of the Jenner's mediums. SRM2 misses. Machine gun penetrating through to the gyro. That is going to cripple the Jenner. And the pilot takes a damage falling over. I believe that's going to be match without this kick. Left arm destroyed in the kick. And that is it for the match. 75% battle value destroyed, giving the Sian Spirits the automatic win there. Let's go ahead and start doing some tallying. I mean, it was pretty much a foregone conclusion once that first Warhammer dropped out of the fight. But at any rate, let's look at... So, 3 points for winning the match, 2 heavies. That's going to be 6 additional for a total of 9. It's final score of 9-1 for the Sian Spirits. Pull up my notes. All right, for the fans, Sian Spirits will be rolling 2d6. Let me get that typed out first and then add the bonuses. All right, so 2d6 plus 1 for winning the match. They were on a losing streak, so it resets. Nomex were outright destroyed. We did not have any melee. Well, we had a physical attack kill a mech, actually. Pretty sure one of the Warhammers got kicked and then decided to withdraw. Actually, I think both of them did, now that I think about it. Let's look at the log here. In round 8, Warhammer 2 took a bunch of shots and then was kicked by the Thunderbolt, and then it withdrew. So we'll call that a melee kill. So that will give the Spirits an additional +2. So we're looking at +3, 2d6 +3 for the fan roll here. Total of 10. That's going to give them... I'm sorry, rolled a 10, +3 is 13. That's going to give them 4 additional fans. +3 wealth. We'll get to that in a minute. For the Rock City Wolverines, they're going to get a 1d6 roll, -1 for losing. Where am I? -1 for losing. The streaks are reset. They'll get the +2 for a physical attack kill, even though it was their own mech. That's going to be a +1 total. 7 + 1 is 8. They will actually gain a fan. Alright, let's see. Well, let's see. Final score was 9-1, so that's 10 wealth for the match winnings. 20 wealth total for the Spirits, because they won the match. Let's go ahead and update spreadsheets. Everybody's favorite. Start with the Sian Spirits. Alright, 14 fans. They gained 4, taking them up to 18 fans. They earned 20 wealth from the match. Fan income is 14. They gained 3 from their sponsorship for winning. Takes care of them. Let's do the Wolverines. Wolverines will earn... Oh, let's back up. Eliminated in Preliminaries. They did gain a fan, so it's 4. Match earnings is 10. No sponsorships. Fan income is 4. Haven't done any of the other stuff yet, so Fans Wealth draft. The only team needing to worry about the draft right now is the Wolverines. So let's go ahead and take a look at the draft rules. And I just realized I forgot to do something at the beginning that I was meant to do. We'll do that in a moment. All right, for the draft, 2d6. -1 because they lost this match. +1 for a postseason match. There are no streaks, so this is basically a flat 2d6 roll. See if anybody is interested in acquiring any of the Rock City Wolverine members. Rolled a 3, so nobody's getting drafted from them. Now, the thing that I forgot to do, and I want to do it now before I forget, is sponsorships. No, that's midweeks. It's not it either. Sponsorships. Now, at the end of the regular season, all of the teams were supposed to do a sponsorship roll, and I forgot to do that. So let's do the Spirits first. They have no additional modifiers, so they're just going to roll a flat 2d6 to see if they get a sponsorship offer. They rolled an 11, which means sponsors are eager to do business with the Spirits, which means they will get a +1 on the sponsorship type roll, which will be a 3d6. For a total of 9, which means they will get a medical time reduced by 1 level sponsorship on top of whatever they already have. So, what is this? I just said this. What, medical time, med time reduced 1 level. Starting end 3025, ending end 3029. Let's see, this one comes out now, and 3025. This probably yell at me. So I'll just deal with that off screen. Okay. For the Wolverines, their sponsorships, they actually have a +2 in their sponsorship column. So they're going to get a 2d6 +2. Rolling a 9 +2 is 11. They are also going to get a +1. Somebody actually wants the... You know what it is? It's somebody that is pitying the Rock City Wolverines and wishing they could do better. So they're actually going to reach out to them and really try to give them something. So rolling a 3d6 +1 for a total of 8 is going to give them a +1 fan each week on a win. In here. +1 fan week win. Oh, I know why. Got the asterisk. This starts at the end of 3025. I can't type for some reason. So end at end of 3029 if the Wolverines come back. I think narratively it's been mentioned that the Wolverines probably won't be coming back. But if they do, that sponsorship is there for them. All right. Back onto the regular track. We just did the draft, so let's go into the maintenance. We're going to talk about how many mechs they have, how many mechs went to the field. So starting with the Wolverines, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mechs. 3 went to the field. So that's going to be a -2 for maintenance. The Spirits, they have 7 mechs. 3 went to the field, so that's going to be -4. And they will get that -4 because they drafted in the midweek event the additional tech. For some reason my cat's meowing in the background. Salaries. Let's start with whatever team this is. This is Spirits. So 2 for all the regulars and greens. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So -11 for payroll. And for the Wolverines, 2 for all the greens and regs. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. Now we got to do repair costs. For the Sian Spirits, we have a heavily damaged heavy mech. That's going to be 6. We have I think that Thunderbolt was never actually fired on. I don't have anything written down. I'm going to mark it down for 1 as a lightly damaged mech. I feel like maybe it took some damage. It didn't take a whole lot, though, if any at all. Heavily damaged fire starter. That's a light mech. Heavy damage. That's 3 for a total of -10 for repair and -1 for medical. For the Spirits. For the Wolverines, this repair bill is going to be rather hefty. We've got 2 heavily damaged heavy mechs. That's going to be 6 each. And a crippled light. That's going to be 4 for a total of 16 for repairs and -1 for medical. And that is officially going to break them monetarily speaking. However, I was considering this earlier today, or maybe it was yesterday, for a team like the Wolverines, where they're effectively they've been struggling for money for weeks and weeks and weeks. You can see it right here on the screen. In fact, that all the way as far back as week 4, they had, well, I mean, really the whole season they've had next to no money. I think week 6, I think that was the week they took on the American Industrialists and had a few extra points added into the score. They gave them some more money. There was a week where the Lyrans were awfully nice and gave them some money. But ultimately, the Wolverines, and there's probably 1 or 2 other teams that have been really, really struggling with money this whole season. But in this particular case, and for those teams that are effectively single digits or worse for finances at the end of wherever they are, I think in the off season they'll be doing a bunch of fundraising, and they'll come up with just enough money to cover their costs. So I'm not going to worry about repair costs for the Wolverines. I will input it for record's sake. So they do have a -16. They have a -1. That's going to put them at 7 in the hole. But I think over the course of the off season, they'll be able to come up with money one way or the other, despite the fact that they currently have 0 and less, actually. All right, for the Spirits, who are moving forward from this point, they are losing 10 additional wealth for repair costs and another 1 for medical. They're sitting financially okay. Make some repair rolls, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, we did all that. So yeah, next thing up is repair rolls. Starting with, we'll do the Wolverines first. Oops, cannot type to save my life. Okay. Wolverines, first up, we need a 3+ for a Warhammer, and we have 3 total attempts. Got it on the first try. Awesome. For the second Warhammer, we need a 4+, also 3 attempts. Got it on the first try. And another 4+ for the Jenner. Got it on the first try. Awesome. For the Spirits, the team that is moving forward, we need a 3+ for the Cataphract with 3 attempts. Uh-oh. 1, 2, got it. Thunderbolt, again, because I'm going to make them roll a 3+ with 3 attempts. Because just assume they took at least 1 point of damage somewhere. 1, 2. That would have been funny, actually, if they didn't really take damage. And now I just marked their Thunderbolt off because it wasn't repaired. It was repaired. I rolled a 5 on that last one there. And then for the Jenner, a 4+ with 3 attempts. 1, 2. Got it. All right. So all mechs are repaired. And I think that takes it to... Oh, I got to do experience points. So... 1 additional for the winning team. I think my cat is being ejected from my room because he won't stop being a pest. Let's add up experience points and forget about the cat for a moment. Alright, for the pilots, the 3 pilots that went to the field today, Manashov gains 3, taking him up to 8. Gabagot gains 3, taking them up to 9. And Faisal gains 2, taking them up to 6. For the techs, the 3 techs that were on deck, Mura gains 2, up to 9. Rayburn gains 2, up to 6. And Brera gains 2, up to 5. Let's save that. Go into here, grab the Wolverines. The Wolverines, we got Man gaining 1 up to 6. Hollister gaining 1. I just did the wrong one. So Man gains 1 up to 8. Hollister gains 1 to 6. And then Artemev gains 1 up to 5. For their techs, Buckler gets 1 up to 8. Dobrev gets 1 up to 11. And Whitfield gains 1 up to 10. So they will have some experience points to spend in the between season, but we'll figure out what's going to happen with the Wolverines when we get to that off-season time. And I believe that is it for this match. Thank you, everybody, for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. Even if all you did was lurk in the shadows, that's totally fine. Your lurking in my shadows is always acceptable. If you've enjoyed the show, please consider the likes, the subscribes, the other buttons that are there. Also consider, more importantly for me, the Discord link, which is in the description below. Or if you're in the live stream, !Discord will get you the invite link to join the server and come hang out with us that are playing all these crazy games that I run and occasionally host and let other people run, like the Star Wars one-shot Edge of the Empire game, GM'd by Grimdark James himself, the Lear Nationals team player. What do we got coming up next? Tomorrow night, knock on wood, we will return to Along the Frontier, an alien RPG campaign, whatever it was I called it. And then later this week, I hope to have the recap video put together for the 2 preliminary round matches. And then, of course, on Saturday, that aforementioned Star Wars Edge of the Empire Mask of the Pirate Queen one-shot series, hosted by me, but GM'd by Grimdark James. Thanks, James, by the way, for extending that offer and running the show for us. What else we got? And I think if you just come back occasionally, every now and again, check in with us, maybe hop on the Discord, you'll see when the other matches will go live. This match will be has been recorded and will be live on the morning of the 9th. So hopefully, within the next week, we'll get the quarterfinals started. In the meantime, I'm going to get out of here because I'm starting to ramble because I have nothing prepared and my son is running around in the background, so I need to give him some attention. So stay safe out there, my friends. This world is a crazy dark place, so make sure you're doing what you got to do to take care of you and yours. And as for me and mine, we're out of here. Have a good one, my friends. We'll see you next time.